Good evening, viewers, and welcome to the Northst News Bulletin. This is Saraswati bringing to you the headlines first. Counting of votes of Lok Sabha elections to start at 8 tomorrow morning. Three-layer security in place for counting, says Chief Election Commissioner. Preparations underway in Nagaland for counting of votes. Counting observers inspect counting hall and strong room in Tripura ahead of big day tomorrow. Sikkim Chief Minister designate Prem Singh Tamang formally submits a resolution to State Governor. Singh designated as Chief Ministerial Candidate. Flood situation in Assam continues to remain grim, while Manipur witnesses slight improvement. Absence of rain in the last 24 hours and Manipur strikes hope. And in sports, in ICC T20 World Cup cricket, Sri Lanka to take on South Africa in New York at 8 p.m. tonight. Namibia defeats Oman in another match earlier in the day. And now in detail. Counting of votes of the Lok Sabha elections will start at 8 a.m. tomorrow. Meanwhile, counting of votes in Andhra Pradesh and Orissa of the assembly elections will also be held on the same day. The Lok Sabha elections were held in 7 phases from April 19th to June 1st for 543 seats. The results of the election will be announced tomorrow. Counting progress and results will be available on the official website of the Election Commission website and voter helpline app. The app can be downloaded from the Google Play Store or Apple Play Store. The Election Commission's manual for returning officers and counting agents will also be available on the website. Chief Election Commissioner Rajiv Kumar said that India has created a world record with 64.2 crore voters participating in the Lok Sabha polls. Briefing media in New Delhi today, the CEC said that in this Lok Sabha polls, 31.2 crore women voters cast their votes, which is also the highest ever in the world. He said only 39 repolling were conducted in this election, unlike 540 repolling in the 2019 general election. Kumar further added that over 68,000 monitoring teams and 1.5 crore polling and security personnel were involved in the electoral exercise. The Chief Election Commissioner further informed that a 3-layer security of Central Armed Police Forces has been put in place at the counting centers.
For the nation as a whole, 642 ever anywhere in the world in any of the electoral exercise. That's what is the number of voters. And this is, just to give you some small statistics, this is 1.5 times of the voters of all G7 countries, US, UK, France, Germany, Italy, Japan, Canada, all put together. We are comparing voters, not electors. And it is 2.5 times of the voters of 27 countries in the EU. That has been the incredible power of the voters of India. Let's see what happened next. There are 312 million proud women voters. This is also the highest ever in the world. It is larger than the 2019 elections, both the total and the women voters. So this, we feel, is the moment that we must cherish, we must celebrate, and we want to give them a standing ovation to all our voters. By this, I would ask all of you to join and end. You are all our voters. So we thank you all. We salute all our voters, all our women voters who have really come and voted in this election, including all of you. You have also voted. I know many of you. I personally know the experiences which you have had on the polling station.
Counting preparations underway in Nagaland for counting of votes for the general election to the Lok Sabha tomorrow. Training for counting officials, tabulators and micro-observers and computers officials were conducted today at Kohima. During the training, polling personnel were asked to be cautious while performing duty. Meanwhile, counting observers from the Election Commission of India, Manoj Chakrabarti SCS from West Bengal and T. Padmavati SCS from Telangana also visited Deputy Commissioner's office today and held a meeting with the Assistant Returning Officers under Kohima district. Strong rooms and counting halls were also surveyed by the counting observers. In Tripura too, a similar scene was witnessed ahead of the big day tomorrow. Counting observers inspected the counting hall and strove that the re-establishment of the Bharatiya Janata Party-led NDA government was only a matter of hours away. He further appealed to the functionaries of the Bharatiya Janata Party at all levels to maintain the democratic tradition intact. In a major development, National Highways Authority of India hiked a toll tax across the country by an average of 5%. An official of NHAI said the new user fee has come into effect from today. It may be mentioned that India's extensive national highway network features over 900 toll plazas. In a major development, the Unified Payment Interface (UPI) transactions clocked a new high in value in May by processing 14.04 billion transactions worth 20.45 trillion rupees. This was a 6% increase compared to 13.30 billion in April in terms of volume and 4% in value terms against 19.64 trillion rupees in April. Data shared by the National Payments Corporation of India (NPCI) said that the May figures were 49% up in volume and 39% up in value compared to the same month in 2023. Meanwhile, immediate payment service (IMPS) transaction amount was marginally up by 1.45% in volume to 558 million in May as against 550 million in April. Sikkim Chief Minister designate Prem Singh Tamang formally submitted a resolution to the state governor Lakshman Prasad Acharya today. Singh informed that the resolution was signed by all 30 newly elected legislators who designated him as the leader of the legislature party and the chief ministerial candidate for the 11th Sikkim Legislative Assembly. Tamang further thanked the esteemed legislators for their decision and the people of Sikkim for entrusting them with the responsibility to serve the state and its citizens once again. Continuing with Sikkim, the first meeting of the newly elected legislators was held at the Sikkim CM designate's official residence, Mintonggang, earlier in the day. In the meeting, Singh expressed his gratitude to the legislators for their unanimous trust in electing him as the leader of the legislature party and for the chief ministership of the 11th Sikkim Legislative Assembly. Arunachal caretaker Chief Minister Pema Khandu called on the state governor, Lieutenant General K.T. Parnaik at Raj Bhavan, Itanagar yesterday and tendered his resignation along with the Council of Ministers. The governor accepted the resignation and requested Khandu and the Council of Ministers to continue until the new government is sworn in. The governor further expressed his appreciation to Khandu for successfully managing the state administration during his tenure. In Assam, the flood situation continues to remain grim as more than 5 lakh people reel under the deluge. As per government sources, during the last 24 hours, 3 persons have lost their lives, 2 at Kachar and 1 at Nagaon district. The number of deaths caused by the flood has reached 14 so far. Meanwhile, over 5 lakh people of 564 villages have been deployed for rescue and relief. Meanwhile, in Manipur, the state has not received any inclement weather in the last 24 hours, leading to improvement in the flood condition. Major rivers in the state have receded from the danger level, bringing much-needed relief to the state who had recently experienced heavy rainfall due to Cyclone Rimal. However, despite the drop in water level, major low-lying localities of the valley districts still continue to suffer from waterlogging. Meanwhile, Manipur Chief Minister N. Singh took to his X handle and informed that continuing efforts to remove flood water and clean waterlogged areas are underway. In the ICC T20 World Cup cricket, Sri Lanka will take on South Africa at Nassau County International Cricket Stadium in New York today. The match will start at 8 p.m. Earlier in the day, in another match, David Wesley's all-round heroics in the Super Over gave Namibia a victory in their opening ICC Men's T20 World Cup 2024 match here at Kensington Oval. Oman posted a total of 109 of 10 against Namibia's disciplined bowling. However, Mehran Khan's stunning spell helped Oman tie the game, taking the match in the super over. Meghalaya Disaster Management Minister Kirman Shila said that the Juwai-Silchar road of National Highway 6 is being restored for vehicles to ply. He said the Deputy Commissioner concerned has directed his officers to ensure that the road is cleared at the earliest. Meanwhile, an update from East Jaintia Hill said that the damaged portion of NH6 at Lumshnong village has been partially repaired to allow small vehicles to pass through.
Those officers present on the ground and then tell them to find support also from different companies, because the area which are affected is nearby the cement plant. So he contacted them and then tried to ask from excavator machines and then different kind of support from them, so that it can be support to those people nearby. So I've seen he's trying his job and he did the best he can, but as of now we cannot say anything what is the situation, because we have not received any updates yet.
In another story from Tripura, Chief Minister Dr. Manik Saha felicitated meritorious students who achieved success in their secondary and high secondary examinations in a felicitation program yesterday. The program was organized by 8-town Bardwali Mandal. Saha further took to his axe handle and wished the students all the best for their bright futures. And to end the news, the main points once again. Counting of votes of Lok Sabha elections to start at 8 tomorrow morning. 3-layer security in place for counting, says Chief Election Commissioner. Preparations underway in Nagaland for counting of votes, counting observers, inspect counting hall and strong room in Tripura ahead of big day tomorrow. Sikkim Chief Minister designate Prem Singh Tamang formally submits resolution to State Governor Singh designated as Chief Ministerial candidate. Flood situation in Assam continues to remain grim, while Manipur witnesses slight improvement in absence of rain in the last 24 hours and Manipur strikes hope. And in sports and ICC T20 World Cup cricket, Sri Lanka to take on South Africa in New York at 8 p.m. tonight. Namibia defeats Oman in another match earlier in the day. And that brings us to the end of this evening's bulletin. Thank you for tuning in. Namaskar.